innovations, I see two areas, where things would evolve very, very differently. The first one's around the technology and the ecosystem led, and the second one's on the product design, etc. First, on the technology and ecosystem led, one of the things that's changing really, really fast is how technology is getting adopted in the entire supply chain landscape. Now, right from logistics to planning to warehousing, what this is doing is it's creating an ecosystem for companies to one, meet consumer needs very, very differently, and at the same time build in a lot of efficiencies within that. Let me take an example. Couple of years before from now, I'm sure none of us would have thought that we can place an order online knowing exactly when the order is going to come. Every minute or every couple of hours we get an update in terms of where the order is, how is it arriving. The whole process of the consumer journey of purchasing a product has changed significantly, and all of that has been on the back of the technology. Similarly, the entire visibility that this technology brings in, and the ability for people to upskill themselves and do jobs and things in a very different way versus what we were doing a decade back or even 5 years back. I think that's changed, and which is what innovation's now doing. So that's on the technology piece, and I think a lot of companies like us, startups, have been able to meet consumer demands in a certain way so quickly is also because how the ecosystem's been created, and that's largely led by the technology piece, right? So that's the first one. The second one is clearly on the product design as well. I think for every company, how the product's been designed, that piece has evolved tremendously, and also a lot of this is also driven by the kind of technology that's available now, but at the same time the kind of innovations that are happening, right? And if I take one such example, linking the theme of the day, which was sustainability, to a product which I'm a part of the industry of. So in a beauty space, say a shampoo product, the way the innovations happen on that product. So earlier, it was all about what does the product bring into a consumer, etc. But when you look at it from a sustainability lens, a lot of companies started looking and saying, what's the footprint of this shampoo, right? And when it's produced, what's the environmental footprint of that? And there were different ways of looking at it. And just a couple of days back, I was reading an article which said one of the innovations that had come up was on the product itself was a shampoo that uses much lesser water, when a person applies it on its hair. So it's not about the footprint of getting the product at a certain stage, but then even the usage, has a certain impact on the environment. And getting innovations on those areas, creating products which are a lot more sustainable, I think, again, are these big feats, right? And these are some of those innovations that are now happening on the product side. And I'm sure it's happening all across the industry, right? Different industries, different technologies, etc. So those are the two areas where I think the innovation is happening, and it's going to make a big difference in how, the consumers consume products, and how these products have a certain impact in terms of, the environmental footprint and everything else. Absolutely fantastic, right? I've been a part of a lot of different engagements with different companies. I think one of the unique points of Marksmen was, one, bringing in the government representatives and the industry representatives together. That the platform, provides these representatives to interact, and for both the sides to hear the other side's, pain points, understand stories, etc. And then clearly the takeaways are then for both the sides is those takeaways are important in terms of going back and implementing, thinking through and seeing, where can the differences be made. So I think that's one unique point of what Team Marksmen been able to do. That aside, I think the kind of people that they've been able to bring together again is a significant value add, right? So the entire interaction with a lot of people here have been very, very enriching. And this one's my second engagement with Team Marksmen, and I think been absolutely fantastic.